Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. This is Shinoria's Trial and Errors. I'm Shinoria, and before we get started I just want to say happy holidays. Wait, this camera's off. I need to fix this. Hold on. Okay, we are back. Excuse me. This video is 20 best Christmas movies ever. You guys have to watch these movies, especially if you live in the type of climate that I do. I live in Toronto. Everything is locked down, and anything that's not locked down is only letting in a limited amount of people. So guess what? You're gonna have a lot of time on your hands, a lot of time for movies. So let's just get right into this video. 20 best Christmas movies in my opinion. First on the list, we have it's Home Alone. Home Alone is a classic. It's been around since I was a kid. I freaking love this movie. It was actually one of my brother's favorite movie. This is back in the day when Macaulay Culkin was making bank, honey. If you haven't seen Home Alone 1 or 2, anything after that is trash. Don't bother. You need to watch it. And even if you have seen it, even if you're like me and you're nostalgic, it's definitely a Christmas movie that you put on during the season, you know, when you're decorating your tree, when you're sick and tired of listening to that same Mariah Carey album all over again. You put on the movie and it'll be playing in the background, and you'll find yourself giggling and laughing at nostalgia. On to the next one. Preacher's Wife. I don't know if people outside of the Black community is gonna recognize this movie. Honestly, if you're not from like my generation, you might not recognize this movie. So The Preacher's Wife stars Whitney Houston, Denzel Washington, this guy, I can't remember his name. I do know that he's married to Angela Bassett. It is such a great movie. It's a classic. It's a staple in the Black household. Whitney was at her best. She sings in it. And this is when Denzel was like first starting out, but you know, he was still finding his footing. It's funny, it's heartwarming. It's just a classic to watch. So put it on, grab yourself some hot cocoa, maybe some popcorn, and enjoy the movie. After that, we have another Black classic, Friday After Next. If you've ever seen Friday, damn!
Bye, Felicia.
Friday After Next is a freaking classic. It's a holiday movie. It's funny. Has like Cat Williams, Terry Crews, you know, Ice Cube, Mike Epps, all the classic. But it is a funny classic holiday movie. If you didn't know that there was technically a Friday 3, well, now you know. You can thank me later. Actually, no, you can thank me now by hitting the subscribe button, because I know you haven't yet. So go ahead and do that. Next is Christmas. Not really my favorite holiday movie, but I decided to add it to the list because it's such a big staple in the Black community. Chris Brown, Lauren London, and Columbus Short, I believe, and a bunch of other people. When this movie came out, I wasn't that impressed with it. I'm still kind of not. I know, blasphemy, shoot me, but I still watch it. If I went to someone's house around Christmas time and they had it on, I would watch it. I do love the soundtrack from it though. I play it every Christmas. Don't look at me crazy when I say this. I have a nostalgia towards this movie. The Sound of Music. Just hear me out. I know a lot of you guys are probably rolling your eyes right now. You're like, that doesn't even have Christmas anywhere in it. This is for my people who love a good musical. I love this movie. I remember the first time I watched it, my grandma woke me up. It was on TV in Jamaica. Came on at, I think it was like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or something like that Christmas morning. My grandma woke us up to watch this movie, and I was just there like, it was just this sassy nun, do re mi fa so. Trust me, watch it on Christmas and you'll be like, you know what, there's something unique and special about it. Next up on the list, you're a mean one, Mr. I grew up with the classic Grinch, the cartoon version, the Dr. Seuss version. Like, there's been so many versions. Have your pick at it. I think they came out with one with Benedict Cumberbatch. I grew up with the classic with the cartoon where he stole the crumb from the mouse. Oh my God, I used to fucking die. Like, I used to laugh. I'm so sorry, but I used to laugh so freaking hard at that. Then Jim Carrey came out with, you know, the classic Shinday. It's a staple, and definitely put it on your Christmas list. Next movie on the list is Elf. Another movie that I didn't really get the hype around was Elf. I remember watching it as a teenager because I was a teenager when it came out. I was in high school. It was okay to me, but it has grown on me since. Everybody loves it, and you know, when you want to kind of be included with everybody else, you start to love something too. It's a classic. Everybody loves it. Put it on your Christmas list. If you haven't watched it, it's a must watch at least one time in your life. After Elf, we have a movie that I recently discovered. I was spending time with my niece. She wanted to watch something on Netflix, and we came across this movie called Claws. Let me tell you how this movie grasped my attention and held it firmly, and I was like holding my breath. Not to give away too much about this movie, it centers around like how Santa Claus was created. People live in a town, they're enemies. This man finds this toy maker and he starts bringing toys to these kids. I know that I'm not doing a very good job of describing the movie, but let me tell you, this movie is for young and old. You're going to love it. No matter what age you are, you will love it, and it will tug in your heartstring, and you might actually shed a few tears. I started tearing up at this movie, and it has made it to my Christmas list, which means I will be watching it every single Christmas from now on. We have another movie that I don't know if you guys will consider it a Christmas movie. It does have Santa in it. It's Rise of the Guardians. It's an amazing movie. It's not generally a Christmas movie, but you know, it has Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, Jack Frost, the Tooth Fairy, just everything in there. It's a beautiful movie. The movie itself is a great movie. It's a top-rated movie. Definitely go ahead and give that movie a try, okay? Next on the list, we have Queen Latifah in The Last Holiday. I freaking love this movie. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine. It's not that good. It's cheesy good. Queen Latifah, LL Cool J, she bumps her head, finds out that she only has a couple days to live, and she's like this really uptight girl, and she starts living life to the fullest. Obviously, we've all seen this plot before, but the way it's executed, like it's great. It's heartfelt. There's nothing else I can say about the movie. Watch it and see for yourself. It's one of those movies that is just really, really cute, and I promise you won't regret it. Next, another cheesy, predictable Christmas movie. It involves kind of a blended family. For Christmas, it is all about family, and it is all about blending the families that we are in. It can be a good thing or a disaster. So For Christmas is with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon, I believe. Every single year, they make up these lies saying that they're going to go help the poor somewhere when they're really going on vacation. They got caught, so they had to go visit their families. Very funny movie. I just love it. It's cheesy, don't get me wrong, it is cheesy, but there's some jokes in there you're like, huh, that's actually pretty funny. Have you guys ever heard of Ernest? They used to have like Ernest Goes to Space, Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Goes to Africa. There was a whole franchise of this. There was also Ernest Saves Christmas. It was on Disney Channel every Christmas when I was growing up as a child. It is the dumbest movie ever, but it is also a movie that you need to watch at least once just to be like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. The next one is Nightmare Before Christmas. I know this is typically a Halloween movie. If you're not really into the romance of Christmas and you're looking for something on the spookier side, I highly recommend you watch A Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a classic, it's a staple. It can go both ways. I feel like it's a Halloween and a Christmas movie. It's great both ways. Next, Die Hard. There has been a massive debate going back and forth as to whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I'm gonna say the debate. Yes, it's a Christmas movie, period. Yes, there's guns shooting, but at the end of the day, it's still a Christmas movie. Yippee-ki-yay, mother. After Die Hard, we have A Christmas Carol. Enough is said about this movie. Like, this movie has been remade 1,000 times. Personally, I like the cartoon version where Jim Carrey does the voice. I remember the year that came out. It was very big, like the graphics, everything about it. It's very close to the book, and it's my favorite version. Next, we have a movie that is one of my absolute favorite movies, Barbie and the Nutcracker. This is my favorite Nutcracker, hands down. Fight me, I will fight anybody who says that this isn't a real movie. I remember being home one holiday, I couldn't have been more than like 12 or 13 or something like that, and this movie came on, and I was just like, damn, this movie is actually really good. Like, it's such a good movie. I don't know who wrote it, but they did a really good job. That is without a doubt, hands down, my favorite version of the Nutcracker. Another classic that I kind of grew up with, I believe this movie was made in the 90s. It's I'll Be Home for Christmas. I was really young when this movie came out, but I had a teenage aunt and she loved this movie. She used to get super excited when it came on TV every year. She had a massive crush on the lead actor, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and Jessica Biel. Him trying to get home for Christmas so that he can get a car from his dad, even though he hates his stepmom. And he's left in a desert somewhere in a Santa suit. He's just trying to get home by Christmas. It's a classic, I love it, and I decided to put it on the list. Last but not least, we have The Best Man Holiday. If you watch The Best Man, this movie was also from the 90s. The second one, baby, the drama, the tears, the singing. When they hit that when Terrence Howard takes the phone and slams it into the ground, that movie is a freaking classic. I love the fact that they decided to do a holiday movie for the part 2. My bad, you guys, that wasn't the last one on the list. The last one on the list has like shot its way up to one of my top Christmas movies. This movie is Almost Christmas. I freaking love this movie. I love this movie so much that last year I couldn't find it anywhere and I actually rented it off of YouTube. That's how badly I wanted to watch this movie. In hindsight, I really should have just bought it because I want to watch it again. I don't understand how it is that I have Netflix, Amazon, Disney Plus, all these freaking streaming apps, and I could not find this movie on any single one of them. I absolutely love this movie. It stars like Gabrielle Union, Omar Epps. It's a great movie. It's really funny. Monique's in it. Monique is hilarious. I love it. It reminds me a lot of my own family. Just drama filled, funny, well executed, just downright great. It has now made it to my must watch by Christmas movie. Like, I freaking love this movie. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video, okay? All right, bye.